So at any rate, I'm going to let these little guys dance around my head for a minute so you can see just how important this information is. Um, I seriously have major issues with what's going on in our world today. What is at the forefront of my mind is the fact that suddenly the government is trying to tell us what to do. And that is not the way things are supposed to work. We're supposed to tell the government what to do and help them come to a decision. This is not communism. This new law that they have in North Carolina that apparently all these people wanted to happen is absolutely absurd. It's absurd anywhere, in any country, in any whatever. Mixing a religion with government is just absurd. My opinion is that if two homosexual people want to be married, then they should have that right. The government needs to stay out of people's lives. It's that simple. The Constitution permits us to live as freely as we want to live. Yes, there should be laws, but they should not be invasive into people's bedrooms. That's ridiculous. I don't know who the people were who decided that this law should be passed in any part of this beautiful world that God has made, but it's ridiculous. You cannot smoke marijuana, which I don't personally smoke marijuana, but whatever. People should be permitted to do that. Last I looked, Mother Nature had a law of natural selection. If people want to smoke cigarettes or drink beer and become alcoholics, and as long as they're not hurting anybody else, I feel like they should be able to do what in hell they want to do. This is becoming extremely ridiculous with this government situation. We have politicians who lie. They promise that they're going to do certain particular things, and that never happens. I'm actually upset at my own self for voting some of these people into office. And I am not saying don't vote by any means, but I am saying vote wisely. Look past their facade, which is what people are programmed to show now and not to show. You have to look deeper into people. Speaking of this homosexual marriage thing, honestly, I don't think that the government should be in a couple's bedroom. They don't belong there. I don't believe that they should be in a woman's womb. They should not be able to tell you whether or not you can have an abortion. It's none of their business. It is absolutely none of anyone's business what you do with your life. None, unless you're hurting someone else. In which case, yes, you should be fully punishable by law. It's that simple. Otherwise, they need to leave people alone. This is supposed to be the country of the free, and as far as I have seen, it is not a free country. I'd also like to point out the fact that I am a Virgo. For those of you out there who know anything about astrology, you know what that means. I also have a Pisces moon, which makes me horribly sentimental and, among other things, creative. And I also have a Scorpio ascendant, which a lot of astrologers believe is more pertinent than your sun sign, or equal to your sun sign. And as we all know, anyone who knows about astrology knows that Scorpios are obsessive and Virgos even worse so. But my point is that people should be able to be people. There should not be someone telling you what to do. That shit stopped whenever you became an adult. Even if you're a child, you should obey your parents. But think of your future and what your life is going to be like, what you want your life to be like. If your parents are in horrible moods, you have to look past that. You have to look inside yourself and say, this is the person that I choose to be. Personally, for all of those of you out there who know me, you know that if there is negativity involved in a situation, I'm not going to be in it. I will dislocate myself from negativity as quickly as humanly possible. Negativity is something that is just unnecessary, and you cannot help whether someone else is in a bad mood. People certainly can't help when I'm in a bad mood. And that in itself, I'm going to bring to my next point. If somebody is in a bad mood, that has nothing to do with you. They may take it out on you, but you should be a brick wall and just let that shit slide off your back, because sometimes you're in a bad mood and you don't mean to hurt people, but you do. You don't mean to say some of the things that you say, but you do. And you apologize for that. Take accountability for your behavior at all times. That is my worst pet peeve. People who do not take accountability for their own behavior. I see people walk around and talk about how fucked up their life is, excuse my French, but not really. And yet they continue to involve themselves in self-destructive behavior. That is just absurd. If you are going to take an action, first you need to admit to yourself that what you may be doing, or what you are doing, or what you are going to do could possibly be against someone else's morals. It could hurt someone. Whatever action you take, you have to be willing to take accountability for at all times. Don't lie to people about what you're doing or who you're going to be, or just don't lie about anything. It's unnecessary. It makes you feel bad, to those of us who have a conscience, and it makes other people feel bad. And half the time, actually more than half the time, I would say 95% of the time, people can see straight through your bullshit. So they may pretend like they didn't see straight through it, but we are human beings. We communicate in ways that we all understand. We may not want to admit that we understand them, but we do. On a lighter note, try your best to be completely honest with yourself and with other people at all times, and you will reap the rewards of that at all times. If you lend somebody $10 out of the goodness of your heart, don't expect to get it back from that person. It will come from somewhere else in the universe, or something else will come. Maybe there's some perfume you wanted and someone gives you that perfume just out of the blue. You never expected that person to give it to you. You never even expected that they knew that you liked that particular kind of perfume, but it will come out of nowhere. I am being completely honest with you. It will appear out of nowhere. And I'm telling you, this is not The Secret. It is a fact. It is not the movie The Secret. It is a natural fact. The law of attraction is a law, and it does work. It's actually a valid law. But I'm not here to talk about the law of attraction. I'm simply telling you that what you send out is coming back. So that person that you had lent the $10 to may actually give you the $10 back. But you giving that of yourself freely attracts more abundance into your life.